We welcome you live from the Hawks Nest here at Lakota East as we are ready for a matchup in the Varsity Men's Lacrosse between your Lakota East Thunderhawks and the visiting Sycamore Aviators. Sycamore has only played one game this season, a game which they won by 5 goals against Lexington Catholic. East 1-2 through 3 games. So East trying to right the ship in a big game to open up conference play.
This game is going to be tough for the Thunderhawks as they graduated 18 seniors, and last year they had lost Sycamore 15-4. But this Sycamore team has not met this brand new Thunderhawk team, so let's see how it plays out.
Now, one important thing to note is typical starter Aiden Yule is out with injury today. In his place, Jackson Lincecum will be playing. He is a senior defender. For Sycamore, they have a majority senior starting lineup.
As we introduce the players out onto the field, one notable name is Aiden McCall. He is about to break a GMC record with his draw control. He is at 264 in his varsity career, 222 of that coming from last season. I'm excited to see how he does this game, winning the faceoffs.
Of course, not to leave anybody out, Brady Johnson and Alex Hauke. Goodness, I keep messing that one up. But Alex Hauke and Brady Johnson are both tied for first in the GMC at 7 goals apiece. Of course, 4 of Brady Johnson's goals did come in that epic fourth quarter comeback against Marymount, which we did stream and you can watch live now, or not watch live, watch on replay now on our channel. This should be a huge game for our offense.
The Thunderhawks are looking for a big win this game as the GMC, no leaders have been put on that leaderboard, and this would be the first GMC win that they would get, and they would be first in the GMC.
And of course, there is Calvin Woody, the outstanding junior, playing in his first ever season of lacrosse. He is already leading the GMC in saves at 31, which is 11 ahead of the next goalie. That is huge to have someone come in and make such a huge impact right off the bat.
Not to compare goalies, Liam, but Aiden Yule, last time they faced Sycamore, got 8 saves. But last game, Calvin Woody got 15. You can see the improvement in goalie lineup, and we're hoping that this improvement will help stop the Sycamore Aves from scoring more than 15 goals this time around. While our crowd mic is not currently working, you guys can imagine the blissful music of our national anthem. Liam, do you want to give us an encore?
No. Just picture the most beautiful operatic tenor voice you've ever heard in your life. That's what I sound like singing the national anthem. Now that the national anthem has concluded, we can talk a little bit about this Sycamore team who of course, only has played one game so far, but their goalie, who goes by the name Gavin Cox, is a sophomore, and he already has 7 saves on the season, which is 3rd in the GMC. And while it is early in the season, seeing these players already starting to climb the leaderboard for individual stats is pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, Gavin might be 3rd in the GMC, but our very own Calvin Woody is 1st in the GMC with 31 saves this season.
We are just about ready to get underway as the teams make their way onto the field. It is a cold one here. As you can see, the entire Sycamore team wearing pants. Lakota East braving the weather, however, in short sleeves and shorts.
Yeah, the white jerseys do look clean. We're just up here in the booth looking to have some fun, so we're excited to see how this game plays out, and you know, let's just have some fun with lacrosse.
The goalies are making their way to their respective nets, and we should be getting just about underway as the starting players for each team make some pleasantries. And the face-off will go not between Aiden McCall, but instead Carter Moore. No. Carter Moore is moving away. Aiden McCall is moving back into the box. A bit of confusion right off the bat, but it'll be between Aiden McCall and Taylor Sokolis.
It's okay, Liam. We always have some confusion up here in the box.
If only we were inside the minds of every single player at once. Sokolis wins the face-off, but he pushes it towards the Lakota East side. Quickly, McCall recovers it, passes it outside to Treon, and instead, Nick Goulet will end up with it. We are looking. Yeah, he lost the ball on the side in Sycamore's bags. He is about to throw it back in now. He launches it down towards Blenman. It's flipped up and it's taken away by Sycamore, running down the sideline. Fighting over it, that is number 9, Ben Kaplan. Now it's on the ground. Blenman will get the ground ball, and it slips right out of his stick. And he's back up with it. Brady Johnson is passed to, and he is now playing behind the net, trying to find an open player. Just passes back to Blenman. He's trying to make some motion here with an early pressure. He passes it outside to number 9, Drew Zistler, who got a goal in the loss against Woodward County. Treon makes a shot, and an early 1-point lead for Lakota East. Dylan Treon gets his 6th goal of the season.
That is a great start, especially since Golan Treon was one of the scorers in last game against Woodward County. He was one of the 4 different players who scored.
Quickly, they are already lined up and ready to start up again. McCall versus Solikis again. Flipped up into the air. Picked up by Carter Moore. Slows his roll a little bit. Takes some steps back. Covered heavily by Sycamore now. He passes outside to gosh darn it, Hockey.
Hauke.
Hauke. I keep trying to get it, but he already has another goal on the board. Alex Hauke.
Now, Alex Hauke was also one of the scorers of last week's game. They're both him and Dylan Treon are making an impact in this game, and excited to see how they play if this is only in the first couple minutes.
We are not even 2 full minutes into this game, and East already at a quick 2-0 lead. McCall wins the face-off yet again, and he is quickly running past the 30 towards the net. Passes it over to Gabe Bledman. Don't let his size fool you. He is one of the star players on this team. Passes outside to Hauke. He passes backwards towards Grant Gardner. Treon now with the ball. He's going to work his way up, and he has another goal. Lakota East is already pouring it on quick in this first quarter.
Treon's just really finding the back of that net with both of his goals tonight in the first 3 minutes of this game.
And unsurprisingly, Sycamore calls a timeout after giving up 3 goals in 3 minutes. We will step away for just a moment.
Gearing up for yet another exciting year. Fast breaks, hard hits, and clutch goals are all part of the action when these teams hit the field. Men's lacrosse first game beating against Marymount on March 19th at 7:15, and the women's first game beating against Seton at 7 p.m. Both games are here at home.
Meanwhile, track and field athletes are putting in serious work for explosive starts to distant runs, jumps, and throws. The team is ready to race, leap, and compete at a high level.
And on the diamond, softball is stepping up to the plate this season, looking to bring strong defense and big hits for the Thunderhawks.
And of course, continue supporting baseball as the Thunderhawks keep representing Lakota East with pride and determination.
Make sure to come out and support all fellow students this season with all our spring sports.
Follow Lakota East Broadcasting on YouTube and Instagram for upcoming streams and meets.
That's all for today, Hawks. Hope you have a good Friday.
And now, let's head back to our...
We are back here. Lakota East already up 3-0 in only 2.5 minutes into the first quarter. Just a fantastic little run that Lakota East has been on. Would you tell us more a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, this Lakota East team cannot be beat right now. They're so up in play and in energy. They're just really attacking that field and really just showing that defense who's boss.
Referee does throw the flag. He is calling it it is still play on, however. We will see how it goes. Hauke passes outside to Grant Gardner. He's just going to take his time now. He'll pass to Dylan Treon, who just walked back onto the field. Sycamore trying to put a bit more of a box around the net. Passes to Brady Johnson into Blenman, and he has his first goal of the season. It is now quickly 4-0.
Now Gabe Blenman, he's small but mighty. Last season, he did score 7 goals as a junior, but this season he's showing, or as a sophomore, sorry, but this season he's showing early stages of high scoring.
This game already in blowout territory. Even so, to the point that they pulled Aiden McCall from the faceoff, and they're giving it to Will Brunt, the sophomore. So far, he has played in 2 games. Not a lot of stats to be said. Faceoff is won by Zolikis, but it doesn't matter because Carter Moore already has the ball back. Passes outside to Brady Johnson. He's going to take his time. Passes it back to Gabe Blenman. And now, it was an attempt by Alex Hauke, but it is saved by Gavin Cox. And Sycamore finally gets a stop. This is the first time that a play has crossed into Sycamore territory in this game. With the ball is Aiden Perdue, trying to find someone to pass to. Great coverage there by Dawson Reap.
Now, Liam, I don't know if it's the pants and the cold weather that's slowing them down, but they do seem a little bit slower than our Lakota East Thunderhawks.
Well, Lakota East, as you mentioned, they're just showing so much fire right off the bat, and Sycamore just hasn't found any sort of way to respond. And the ball is stolen out of Treon's stick. That was number 14, Corbin Ross. He passes out to Griffin Bamerlin, and he is working his way, gonna challenge Woody, and it's blocked, and East will recover.
Woody already showing his superior goalie skills in this game. He's been challenged once, and he won. So
100% is always what you like to see.
may not be the goalie being challenged, but our defense definitely is showing some perseverance through Sycamore attempts.
A throw-in for Griffin Bamerlin of Sycamore, who will pass to Will Gross. Flag flies, and they are going to call a penalty on they're going to call holding on number 15, Nate Weedle. So both teams will take an opportunity to sub out some players. They will give Weedle a 30-second penalty, down a man as well. And now Sycamore, with the power play, a great opportunity to take the advantage.
We're hoping that this defense holds out when they are a man down.
Well, 30 seconds penalty is not the worst that you can get in lacrosse. You can get up to 3 minutes. So even just these 30 seconds, if they can hold firm. Not right there, however, as Corbin Ross will get Sycamore on the board, just splits it between the legs of Calvin Woody.
Calvin Woody, I'm hoping that he can bounce back from this goal because he has been showing a promising game and a promising season.
We might be in for a high-scoring game here. If you take a look, we are just about halfway through the first quarter, and there's already been 5 goals shared between the teams. Could be a sign of these high-flying offenses. A quick win and steal by Taylor Sokolis. They're going to pass around now. Nicholas Richter with the ball. Passes it over to, it appears, number 3, Griffin Bamerlin. And now they'll really just slow the game down.
The Sycamore Aves are looking for some goals here to compete with last game when they won 10-5 against Lexington Catholic.
A great save there from Calvin Woody. And now not Dylan Treon, Drew Zistler is moving quickly downfield. Passes it out to Brady Johnson. And he finds now Alex Hauke, who passes outside to Dylan Treon. Gonna bring the pressure now, Treon. Little juke move, didn't work. And he'll pass outside to Blenman. Back over to Treon, and he'll try again to work his way in. And he's just met by a wall of Sycamore players. He lets go of the ball, and it sails way past the goal. Johnson gets in, passes out to Hauke. Just seems like they're playing hot potato out there. Treon's going to try that. No, not Treon. Zisler is going to try that in move. Johnson behind the net. Passes over to Blenman. Blenman to Johnson. It's been a dynamic duo so far in this game. Johnson going to try to get outside. He finds Hauke. He's going to try to work his way upwards. Some fantastic coverage by Sycamore. It's really made this a long stand for Lakota East. Can they work their way in? Johnson again. Hauke. Everyone just playing into position here. Some great box defense from Sycamore.
Yeah, the chemistry on this team cannot be beat as they're passing, and it's like they're reading each other's minds. They're just trying to find a hole in that defense to score.
A errand pass from Grant Gardner, and quickly now Zohar King is moving down, and a goal is scored by Jack Underwood. No, excuse me, Quinn Everhart. And quickly now, Sycamore has found a bit of a rhythm to respond to that absolute romp from Lakota East to start the game.
I can already tell, Liam, that this will be a high-scoring game, and it can go to either team. We'll see how they play out and see if one of the teams will get tired first.
McCall fights for it, does not get it, but it works out in the end as Nick Goulet gets the ball. He starts moving his way up, just hands it off to Gardner, passes over to Blenman, and they do call for it looks like the referee called to play on. There might have been a missed holding call there, not entirely easy to tell from up here. Regardless, East maintains possession, and Gardner makes the shot for his first of the season. Excuse me, his second.
Yeah, Grant Gardner scored last game, being one of the 4 in the 4 goals that they scored against Woodward County.
East found a bit of a rhythm there, quickly able to recover, and it looks as if they will once again have some control in this game.
Sycamore still trying to find their rhythm in this game. It seems like the Lakota East team is just running circles around them.
Whistle is blown for a time, and they throw a flag. Lakota East does call a timeout. We will step away for just 1 second.
Good morning, Lakota East. I'm BJ.
And I'm Caleb Holt, and welcome to your Spring Sports Spotlight. We're breaking down what's happening here with our Lakota East teams.
Spring sports season is starting up, and teams all across the school are getting ready to compete.
Let's start on the court with boys volleyball. Expect yet another successful season that is worth watching. Their first game being Monday against McNicholas High School at 6 p.m. here in the gym.
Over on the tennis courts, boys tennis is serving up a competitive season. Precision, speed, and strategy will be a key as the Thunderhawks look to dominate their matches.
Now let's head to the field where men's and women's lacrosse are gearing up for yet another exciting year. Fast breaks, hard hits, and clutch goals are all part of the action when these teams hit the field.
A quick break there for Lakota East. East will begin possession. Dylan Treon passes out to Brady Johnson. Finds Blenman behind the net. Passes inside to Hauke. Tries to make a shot. And it is good. It clears the football field goal. And another launched attempt. This time by Grant Gardner. Sails way past. And Blenman now has the ball.
Still looking for an opening for these Thunderhawks. Let's see if they can score their 6th goal of this game.
Treon passes to Gardner, who passes behind the net to Blenman. Finds Gardner and overshoots Treon. It's a foot race between him and Aiden Fleck. And ultimately, it ends up being in the hands of Aiden Purdue. Whistle is blown, and they call a penalty against Lakota East. It is Sycamore ball. Purdue finds Corbin Ross. And he's just kind of sleepwalking through it under coverage from Nate Weedle. Now he'll start running up. He got Weedle where he wanted him. Passes outside. That is Aiden Purdue. Tries to make a shot, and it is saved by Calvin Woody. His third of the game. And Lakota East back in it. Never mind, they call a penalty. Golden opportunity now for Sycamore. They pass it outside. Purdue out to Ross. He's going to work his way up. Passes to Purdue again. Trying to find a lane. He loses the ball, regains control. Tries to pass outside to Quinn Everhart. He does end up with possession. And now he's going to try to reset the play here. Passes to Corbin. They're passing back and forth now. Ross launches it up to Purdue. It's been those three for basically this entire last couple minutes. And some contact. Purdue still has the ball. And oh goodness, just some blatant contact there. That was Dawson Reap hitting Purdue over the head. And as soon as the play is blown dead, that will be a penalty.
With a little over 30 seconds left in this game. Nope, in this quarter. In this quarter, guys. Sycamore's really just trying to find some openings so they can score and close that gap a little bit with the Hawks leading with 3 goals.
Purdue will start with the ball. And the clock is running now. Just going to take their time with it. And East will get it taken away. Moving quickly now. The ball is lost out of the net of Nate Weedle. And they're fighting over it down there. 9 seconds left. They blow it dead. It is Sycamore's ball as it went out of bounds. And it just goes right out of the net. But it appears as if Carter Moore didn't even realize. And it's overshot and soars out of bounds. However, that is the end of the first quarter. After 1, it is 5-2 Lakota East.
Hello, who am I here with today?
Hi, I am Mrs. Bryant.
Well, it seems you won Best Dressed. Well, congratulations. How do you think you did it?
I do try to dress up. We never know when students or parents are coming into the counseling office, so I do try to look nice every day. It's wonderful getting to work with students and families and all the staff here at East, so.
Seems like you're showing all of us up, huh? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hello, who am I here with today?
Suzanne Linder.
It looks to me like you won an award. Congratulations.
That's awesome, thank you.
Most organized. How do you think you did it?
I don't know, it's a lot to keep track of everybody in the building, but it is my job, so I do like it.
Congratulations. Good job winning that.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Those are some pretty good superlatives, if you ask me. I want to say thank you to all the teachers for voting on my poll, and I want to say thank you to the award winners for letting us film with you, and back to the desk.
Last Thursday, Spark organized and hosted our annual Mr. Lakota East contest, and I wanted to recognize the winner, senior Beck Lucas.
Welcome, Beck.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
How many years did you participate in Lakota East? This was my third year doing it. I've been doing it since I was a sophomore.
And what has been your favorite act so far?
Welcome back. Second quarter about to get underway from the Hawks Nest. It'll be switching sides, and Will Brunt will take on the face-off for Lakota East against the ever-faithful Taylor Sokolis for Sycamore, and East wins it. Quickly now is Zistler moving down the field. He passes outside to Blenman, who has been in that back corner this whole game pretty much. Passes back to Zistler, and he finds Treon in the backfield around, and he loses the ball. He rips it right back out. So much happening so fast, and Gabe Blenman has the ball. He's going to pass outside. Fans in the stands calling for a timeout as Gardner is trying to work his way into the up closer towards the net. Gardner passes outside. That's Dylan Treon behind the net. Some heavy coverage from Sokolis, and he tries to hit Zistler, but he cannot. Gardner is able to recover, luckily, and East is right back with it now. He passes outside to Blenman. Gardner and Zistler again. Gardner again. Maybe someone new, perhaps. East now just slowing it down a little bit, really taking their time and letting everything in the box develop.
For as fast as a pace as Lacrosse is, this team is all about patience and just finding that perfect window to score.
Trying to work his way in is Halke under some fantastic coverage and a fantastic save from Gavin Cox of Sycamore. And we will reset. Everyone coming in tight now.
He's just looking for a perfect time to put that ball in the back of the net, as they have had possession for most of the game.
Grant Gardner trying to find a lane. He's working against two players, passes to a wide open Blenman. And out to Johnson now. And East just has had possession this entire second quarter, and they've just really just been passing around this for most of it. And an attempted shot by Halke. It's no good. And Blenman has the ball. He passes to Zistler, who's going to make a shot. It was a little left and sails out of bounds.
This team is trying to be aggressive, but they just can't find their opening here.
Whistle blown. They're going to let some subs come in and out. But as you mentioned, yeah, Lakota East, really, they've had possession. They've had the opportunities for 3 whole minutes. And only 2 shots on the net, and really nothing happening for them. There was an offsides call. That is why the whistle was blown. It was against Lakota East. And Halke will start with the ball here. Passes up towards Gabe Blenman. Finds Gardner. And Treon makes a shot. It is blocked.
Gavin Cox just being a reliable goalie out there right now. He's really showing that he can hold his own compared to Calvin Woody.
Luke Shatsky was fighting for it, then Blenman, and now the ball is in the hands of Dylan Treon. Lakota East dominating time of possession. And Grant Gardner tries to get his second of the game, But another save from Gavin Cox. Moving quickly down the field now. And Lakota East has possession.
Lakota East continuing this game of hot potato as they try to put that ball in the back of the net.
We are officially 4 minutes in, and still only 3 shots on the goal, and Sycamore's only had one true possession.
Well, Liam, passing does make it harder for the defense to really track you down. So that's a good strategy that our East team is employing.
Quickly running down the field, Sycamore's Griffin Bamerlin. He'll try to pass it. It's no good. And on the ground ball, they're fighting over it now. Corbin Ross comes up with it. Whistle is blown. Penalty called. And they will give it to Sycamore. Excuse me, they gave it to Lakota East. Gardner just completely over the head of number 13, Alex Halke. And it seems like we're right back at square one with this Lakota East offense.
You know, Lakota East came out firing, but I fear that they might be slowing down a little bit, allowing Sycamore a little time to catch up.
To give them credit, however, their defense, when they have had to use it, has been pretty stout. So this might end up not being the higher scoring game that we thought it would be. But however, it still could be a pretty electric one if you're into defensive games.
This is going to be a very close match as the Lakota East team has improved since Sycamore last saw them last year.
Launches out of bounds. Sycamore's number 4, Matthew Getty, who had 4 goals in their first game this season, is now throwing in. Passes over to Bamerlin. Back to Will Grousey. An attempted shot that's blocked by number 52 of Lakota East, who is not on our roster. Shout out to him, though. Great work. Lakota East has possession now. This one is number 18, Aiden Yule, who told us that we were told that he is not playing. So unless someone else is wearing number 18, he is out there. Whistle blown. Blenman passes it in to Nate Weedle. Sycamore with an opportunity. Never mind. Brady Johnson able to steal it away. Fighting for it, Gabe Blenman now, who will pass outside to Treon. Gardner just back and forth, trying to find their lane. Still no scores by either team in this quarter. Johnson in the end zone now, trying to work his way back up towards the net. Finds an open Blenman, makes a shot. It was a little wide, and Gavin Cox will get the ball. Working his way down the field now is Nicholas Richter. He will make a shot, and Calvin Woody once again with the save. The only Lakota East player out there wearing pants. tries to launch it, lands perfectly in the basket of Blenman. No, they will say that the ball had an intended course of out of bounds. And so it'll actually be Sycamore's ball, but just great luck for Calvin Woody, as Matthew Getty knocked his stick as he tried to launch it.
Sycamore having possession, one of the very few times that they have had possession for this long amount of time. They're going to try to find their window to score and hopefully close up that gap.
Passing around now. With a lane, it's Purdue. He does not hit. Woody with the save yet again. And Lakota East quickly has a chance here as Alex Hauke taking it down. Brady Johnson passes back to Alex Hauke, who will find Grant Gardner. Out to Luke Shatsky now. And they're playing pass around yet again. It's been their key strategy on offense. Ball is on the ground, and Gavin Cox, the Sycamore goalkeeper, ends up with it. And another Sycamore turnover. And there's a push. Luke Shatsky pushed number 26, Alex Boosmeyer. They're going to call a penalty on it.
Alex Boosmeyer trying to be cool with a cool little kip up, but it doesn't go to plan, and he kind of lost some aura there.
Unfortunate truth of what can happen if you aren't, like, full of aura, honestly. Sycamore moving slowly now. Opportunity is in front of them. Can they succeed? Passing around. Richter to Grousey. Back to Richter. Richter getting lots of touches here. They keep passing to that man. Just out of my line of vision. And it will end with a Matthew Getty goal. The Aviators get their third, and it is now a 2-score game.
Sycamore finally found that window that we have been talking about. Hopefully, Lakota East can bring back that long lead that they had. They're only 2 goals up now, and we know how fast Lacrosse can change. We're also looking at a Dylan Treon hat trick. He's scored 2 goals, and hopefully he can put another one in the back of the net.
Shatsky working his way up the midfield now. Passes out to Blenman, who's had a lot of touches on passes in this one. Under 2 minutes to play now in the half. Gardner just going to slow it down a little bit before working his way back in. Trying to find somebody to pass to. He finds Hauke. Was looking Treyon's way, and then he steps back in towards Brady Johnson. Brady Johnson now passes to Blenman. Out back towards Dylan Treyon. Shoots just over the net. And they are going to give it to Sycamore.
These unfortunate shots right over the net are just handing over the ball. Our Lakota East team is looking for more precise shooting.
You got to give some credit to the Sycamore defense, who's really made it hard after that really early lead that Lakota East was able to get. They've really recomposed themselves and found a way to tighten up their defense and make really, really far-off shots. for Lakota East.
Lakota East starting off so fierce early on made the Sycamore team wake up and realize that this game will be no walk in the park.
An attempted shot by Nicholas Richter, and Calvin Woody has it. He passes to Carter Moore. He's under some heavy coverage from Matthew Getty. Ball is back in Sycamore's hands now. Corbin Ross working his way up. Passes back to Griffin Bamerlin. Whistle is blown with 21 seconds. Let's see what the call is. It is a timeout called by Sycamore. We will step away for just 1 second.
Everybody and their mothers, because Interlines is about bringing people together. It's not just about straight technology or just straight engineering. It's a mix of everything, and it's gonna be really cool.
That's amazing. Back to you. I don't know who it's going back to, though. I just know they usually cut to the interviews from somewhere else.
What's up, Hawks? Welcome back to Hawk Trials. I'm your host, Bella Sturgill.
And I'm your host, Ethan, and today we're going to be doing a cup stacking challenge.
So in this challenge, we'll have 2 teams of 3, and they'll be racing to stack 6 cups on top of each other.
Each person will be able to stack 1 cup or take 1 cup from the other person's stack.
First person to stack the 6 cups wins.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
We are back here from Lakota East, 21 seconds left in the half. And Quinn Everhart ready to start it off for Sycamore, see if they can get a late half score. He's going to take it himself. Passes outside. Aiden Perdue working his way back around the net. He's going to go for it all right there, and a great save from Calvin Woody. Picked up on the ground ball by Carter Moore. He'll launch it to Blenman. It overshoots, and it'll go out of bounds with 0.13 seconds on the clock. Can you believe that?
This East team is just looking for any action to happen.
And that is the half.
But that's the half.
A stunning first half from Lakota East, or first quarter from Lakota East, 5 goals, followed by zip in the second. It is a game here from East, 5-3 entering halftime.
Season is starting up, and teams all across the school are getting ready to compete.
Let's start on the court with boys volleyball. Expect yet another successful season that is worth watching. Their first game being Monday against McNicholas High School at 6 p.m. here in the gym.
Over on the tennis courts, boys tennis is serving up a competitive season. Precision, speed, and strategy will be a key as the Thunderhawks look to dominate their matches.
Now let's head to the field where men's and women's lacrosse are gearing up for yet another exciting year. Fast breaks, hard hits, and clutch goals are all part of the action when these teams hit the field. Men's lacrosse first game being against Marymount on March 19th at 7:15, and the women's first game being against Seton at 7 p.m. Both games are here at home.
Meanwhile, track and field athletes are putting in serious work for explosive starts to distant runs, jumps, and throws. The team is ready to race, leap, and compete at a high level.
And on the diamond, softball is stepping up to the plate this season, looking to bring strong defense and big hits for the Thunderhawks.
And of course, continue supporting baseball as the Thunderhawks keep representing Lakota East with pride and determination.
Make sure to come out and support all fellow students this season with all our spring sports.
Follow Lakota East Broadcasting on YouTube and Instagram for upcoming streams and meets.
That's all for today, Hawks. Hope you have a good Friday.
And now, let's head back to our host.
All right, so today the question is, if you caught a leprechaun, what is the first thing you wishing for?
Generational wealth.
Okay, brother. Hold on. Okay.
Good question. I'd probably ask her infinite money.
2024 RS5, probably just like infinite money.
World peace.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, thank you, Tyler.
If I caught a leprechaun, I would wish for some money.
I would wish for unlimited snacks all day long at school.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Chipotle gift card with unlimited money on it.
I ain't gonna lie, if I caught a leprechaun, I want 10 bands, I ain't gonna lie.
And the next question is, would you rather farm unlimited gold or would you rather have unlimited Lucky Charms?
Unlimited Lucky Charms. I love me my Lucky Charms.
Yeah, gold.
Okay, smooth. Appreciate you, broski.
Now we're going to give the mic to Bella Sturgill talking about SALT, our student athlete leadership team.
Good morning, Hawks. This is our club highlight of the week with SALT, the student athlete leadership team. It's where student athletes from all of our different sports come together to strengthen unity, leadership, and culture. Let's take a look. SALT brings together 2 leaders from each sports team to work on improving leadership, increasing game attendance, and creating a more supportive athletic environment. Now let's talk to some people from SALT. Bailey, why do you like being a part of SALT?
I like being part of SALT because I feel like as a student athlete, you really get to be with everyone else and you get to learn about their sports. I feel like some sports are definitely overlooked, and the more that we bring people into SALT, the more that we learn, and we get to learn about sports we don't even know about. And then I think also like it's definitely good to like have the leaders of the team that can really go back and like teach other kids how to be leaders. I think it's really important because leadership on and off the court field, wherever you are, is a big deal, and it really gets the team connected. So I think SALT is just a great thing overall, and I think it can really help get even non-student athletes involved in sports, and not just a boys basketball game, but maybe even the bowling alley or the swimming pool. So,
what is the purpose of SALT and why is it important to our school?
The purpose of SALT is to try to get the leaders of our school together, just to try to have different team representation or whatever. And I think it's super important for our kids in different avenues within the athletic department to be able to share ideas, work together, support each other, and kind of build a community amongst the entire athletic program, not just individual teams.
Great, thank you. Yeah, we love SALT.
And now, let's take a look at something new, our teacher superlatives, with Evan Aders Ferguson.
Hey Hawks, today I'm bringing you guys the teacher superlatives. We have teachers vote on each other to see who won various awards, such as best dressed, most likely to be president, and so on. I hope you guys are excited.
Today.
Mr. Honhart.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Honhart. And congratulations for winning Most College Spirit. How's it feel?
You know, it feels great. I represent the green and white.
Of course. We all knew you were winning this award. Let's be honest. And let's just say, go green.
Go white.
Who am I here with today?
I am Dr. Tisha Brody, but everybody calls me Mensch.
It seems you actually won most likely to be president. How does it feel?
Maybe a little confused. I'm not sure if I would want to take on the responsibility, but I guess I totally get it because I'm the AP government teacher here.
Congrats.
Thank you.
You can lead us well.
I will try my best.
Hey, who am I here with today?
I'm Annie Cantrell.
Nice to meet you, Cantrell. And it seems you actually won 2 awards today. Look at that.
Thank you.
You won both the certificate for the brightest smile and the most school spirit. How do you think you did it?
I guess because I'm kind of peppy and I like Spirit Week and I like to be involved.
Don't we all? Great answer. Well, thank you for bringing the brightness to all of our day and bring that school pride that we need. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Hello, who am I here with today?
Hi, I am Mrs. Bryant.
Well, it seems you won best dressed. Well, congratulations. How do you think you did it?
I do try to dress up. We never know when students or parents are coming into the counseling office, so I do try to look nice every day. It's wonderful getting to work with students and families and all the staff here at East, so.
Seems like you're showing all of us up, huh? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hello, who am I here with today?
Suzanne Linder.
It looks to me like you won an award. Congratulations.
That's awesome, thank you.
Most organized. How do you think you did it?
I don't know, it's a lot to keep track of everybody in the building, but it is my job, so I do like it.
Congratulations. Good job winning that.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Those were some pretty good superlatives, if you ask me. I want to say thank you to all the teachers for voting on my poll, and I want to say thank you to the award winners for letting us film with you, and back to the desk.
Last Thursday, Spark organized and hosted our annual Mr. Lakota East contest, and I wanted to recognize the winner, senior Beck Lucas.
Welcome, Beck.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
How many years did you participate in Lakota East?
This was my third year doing it. I've been doing it since I was a sophomore.
And what has been your favorite act so far?
I think it was definitely this year's act because I won. Although my junior year act, I did also really like.
And how does it feel to win finally on your senior year?
It's been a long time coming. I went into this year wanting to win, and I'm just glad that I was able to rise to the occasion and take home the crown.
Awesome. Let's get a round of applause for Beck. Now, back to the normal segment.
And back to the table.
And Lindsay, who do you think's gonna win the Super Bowl?
The Seahawks.
I got Seahawks covering the spread.
I'm gonna say the Patriots.
I got Seahawks off the back that they should have won when Marshawn Lynch was there.
Seahawks. Seahawks, 100%.
Yeah.
I got the Seahawks.
I think the Seahawks are gonna win.
I think the Seahawks.
I think the Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, the Patriots.
I think I got the Seahawks.
Not gonna lie, I do too. And Lindsay, what's your favorite Super Bowl snack?
Whoever's to my left.
Not just in guac, man. Like, I always love me some good guac, you know?
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat? Yeah, Kit Kat's tough.
I was gonna say like some wings or something. So
Wings,
like
Okay,
wings,
yeah, wings.
Probably like popcorn or something.
Popcorn? And popcorn? Okay, popcorn stuff. And then...
Like cheddar.
Shoot, there ain't much none that I won't eat. So like, I don't know, I ain't got none.
Who would you want to perform the Super Bowl?
Drake.
Thank
Drake.
I'd like to see my boy Jackson Smith and Jigba. Go Bucks.
Give me Drake and Brent.
My boy Fetty Wap.
Zion.
Oh, Brent Fires.
Autumn.
Nino Vaughn.
Little baby.
That's a good choice.
We gotta throw some gospel on there. Victor Thompson.
Braden Brabs.
Okay. Take the camera real quick. Record. Come here, Lestro. Come here. Right here.
I'm a legend.
Okay.
Today, I'm here with two leaders from Computer Inter-Alliance. What is Computer Inter-Alliance?
So Inter-Alliance is a student-led chapter of the Inter-Alliance Society, which is in the greater Cincinnati area, where people are able to expose themselves into the IT field.
Yeah, so basically we just do a bunch of competitions that Inter-Alliance, the group, hosts.
What skills does Inter-Alliance build?
It's more about strategizing and working with others and like sort of networking around the work field. And ultimately, this gets you ready for what you're going to do beyond college, and maybe in the future it could be a career job.
The benefits of Inter-Alliance, what can it really give you after school?
Yeah, so I mean, Inter-Alliance, they do these things called internships, and you can go out, they're like mini jobs through real companies like Fifth Third or GE, and work with actual.
Scotty softball.
We are ready, just about ready now, to get back underway for some third quarter action. And we are off. Quickly now. East has possession. Carter Moore trying to work his way, impose his will. He's met by a wall of Sycamore players. Finds Grant Gardner on the outside. Passes out to Gabe Ledman now. Trying to find something that they can do here. Treon works his way inwards. And he makes a shot. Another fantastic save from Gavin Cox. That quick thinking has saved them a lot of goals. And Gabe Blenman, a steal from Sycamore. And a chance here, he shoots and scores. Gabe Blenman, his second on the game.
Gabe Bledman being an unexpected strong part of this game. He didn't show much on his stats from this year and last year, but he's proving to be a valuable asset of this team. He just took that ball and went straight to the back of the net with it.
Not even a minute in. And Lakota East has another goal. Could bode well for them entering this second half. An incredulous fight between McCall and Sokolis, but East comes out on top. And McCall now with possession of the ball. He gets slammed by a Sycamore player. And Sycamore has possession. East trying to find a quick response. And he loses the ball. Sycamore scoops it back up, and it's knocked right off his net. The ball just slipping and sliding between everyone's sticks now.
These passes are not very purposeful. They're just kind of being thrown at a big group of players, seeing who picks it up.
Will Grossi of Sycamore has it now. Gonna slow it down a bit. Now, Bamerlin works his way up to the left of the net, passes backwards towards Purdue. He's going to work his way in. He misses the shot, Everhart does. And another missed shot, this time by Corbin Ross, and it sails out of bounds, but it is still Sycamore's ball.
Calvin Woody is staying strong at that goal, keeping these Sycamore players at bay.
It's that big body and those quick offensive line hands, able to make a quick response.
Bamerlin has scored one on Woody, but Purdue has not. So let's see who will throw the next one in the net.
Trying to scoop it up, that is Dawson Reap. And the ball flies out of his stick twice. And it is a Sycamore ball. Oh, goodness.
Ooh.
Yeah, you cannot do that. Dawson Reap's defensive lineman instincts just took over there. He completely bodies one of the Sycamore players.
Sometimes your instincts just come out naturally, and Dawson Reap just showing his natural aggression towards sports and his competitiveness.
Might have forgotten what sport he was playing for a second. Wearing a helmet? Check. Running player? Check. Just got to knock him out. But that is unfortunate. He is going to have a penalty. We are waiting on an official ruling for how long. I would imagine it'll be 2 to 3 minutes. Because that was not the prettiest.
Still a little bit of waiting around, waiting for that penalty.
They are only giving him a 1-minute penalty for this one. Might have gotten off a little easy there.
Well, 1 minute in the game of lacrosse can be detrimental to your final score. So with one less body on that field, we're hoping that Lakota East Thunderhawks can keep it together.
Especially when one of those players is the defensive guy, like Dawson Reap. Whistle blown. And a timeout is called by Sycamore. We will step away for just 1 moment.
I feel like some sports are definitely overlooked, and the more that we bring people into SALT, the more that we learn, and we get to learn about sports we don't even know about. And then I think also like it's definitely good to like have the leaders of the team that can really go back and like teach other kids how to be leaders. I think it's really important because leadership on and off the court field, wherever you are, is a big deal, and it really gets the team connected. So I think SALT is just a great thing overall, and I think it can really help get even non-student athletes involved in sports, and not just a boys basketball game, but maybe even the bowling alley or the swimming pool. So,
what is the purpose of SALT, and why is it important to our school?
The purpose of SALT is to try to get the leaders of our school together, just to try to have different team representation or whatever. And I think it's super important for our kids in different avenues within the athletic department to be able to share ideas, work together, support each other, and kind of build a community amongst the entire athletic program, not just individual teams.
Great, thank you. Yeah, we love SALT.
it's fine. His photos are good.
We are back and ready to get underway here. Up against the net is the Sycamore Aviators. Corbin Ross passing around. He's trying to play defense without the body of Dawson Reap just yet. He still has a little bit of game clock to run off. Another heavy body this time. Aiden Yole just knocks a player down, and multiple refs throw their flags. Calvin Woody gets the stop, and we will see another penalty.
Aiden Yule, for being an injured player, is being quite aggressive out on that field. Wonder how coach is feeling about that one right about now.
A 1-minute penalty is called. And now East is down to only 8 players on the field. That is not at all something you want to see. Dawson Reap, of course, is getting closer by the second to coming in, as one can infer. But Sycamore now gets to play against a battered defense. It's basically just going to have to be one-on-one this whole way through. Sycamore tries to find something, and Corbin Ross almost got it off. Bit of heavy contact, no foul call. And Carter Moore will throw it in. A strong defensive stand for Lakota East. Carter Moore's working his way up himself. He's already past the 50. And he passes it down to Brady Johnson, who's now going to work his way behind the net. And whistle blown. And Lakota East will call a timeout in this game. We will step away.
And I want to say thank you to the award winners for letting us film with you. And back to the desk.
Last Thursday, Spark organized and hosted our annual Mr. Lakota East contest, and I wanted to recognize the winner, Senior Beck Lucas. Welcome, Beck.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
How many years did you participate in Lakota East?
This was my 3rd year doing it. I've been doing it since I was a sophomore.
And what has been your favorite act so far?
I think it was definitely this year's act because I won. Although my junior year act, I did also really like.
And how does it feel to win finally on your senior year?
It's been a long time coming. I went into this year wanting to win, and I'm just glad that I was able to rise to the occasion and take home the crown.
Awesome. Let's get a round of applause for Beck. Now, back to the normal segment.
And back to the table.
And Lindsay, who do you think's gonna win the Super Bowl?
The Seahawks.
Back from East here in the third quarter, 7:42 left to play. Still lots to play for. It's only a 3-point game. And Lakota East will get the throw in to start. It's going to be Dylan Treon. He's picking up rapid pace, trying to get around these Sycamore defenders. He cannot. Looking for something. He's made it in basically a half circle at this point, maybe even 270 degrees. Passes to Gabe Blenman now, who will now try to work his way in across the net. Cannot. And he's getting pinned up in the back corner.
Gabe Blenman showing his speed as he has 2 defenders on him, but he still seems to escape their attempts on getting that ball back.
Gardner with the ball now. And the current strategy for Lakota East is just run, and run some more. Dawson Reap has checked back in. We believe one man has checked back in. It looks like Dawson is still on the sideline, though. I don't exactly know how that works. I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to be honest here. Going to be honest. Meanwhile, Lakota East still running around. And Alex Hauke gets his second on the game.
We have 3 players in hat trick territory. It's Hauke, Treon, and Blenman. will the next goal that they score be one of those 3, and will we get another hat trick?
Well, based on their amount of possession for all 3 of those players, it's more than likely. They have been really stellar, and they've been always open, finding lanes for passes. And quickly now, we are back already. An easy win for Aiden McCall, and the clock is blown dead.
Little bit of waiting around. Not really sure what is happening, but have patience, because that's what these teams have been having to have going around their defense in this defensive game.
Little bit of a tie-in to a bit of a connection, you could say, drawing connections. Someone's been reading The Great Gatsby recently, for possibly AP Lang. Shout out Miss Foldy.
And this Lakota East team is looking for their green light.
Do you think that they are fire or water?
I think that they are fire because they are tearing up this game.
The ball rolls back into the corner. And it'll be a Lakota East ball. Sorry about that little tangent. But now Lakota East with possession. We are rolling right back into something that is relevant to lacrosse and the Lakota East team. And Grant Gardner has possession. Passes to Blenman, who is in the midfield, which is pretty interesting for him as he's been playing that corner for most of the game. As an attacker, he passes back to Hauke. And now him and Zisler are just going to switch spots. Luke Shatsky is in the game. He's working his way towards the middle. Hauke's going to decide to run closer, makes a shot, and he does! A Hauke hat trick here at Lakota East. It is now 8-3.
Hauke being a underappreciated part of this team. He was a little bit undermined and just kind of flew under the radar, but now he is our top scorer on the Lakota East side with 3 goals. He found his window through that strong Sycamore defense and just really hammered it into the back of that goal.
That is his 10th goal on the season through just 4 games. And McCall wins it easily. He's running up the middle and finds, once again, number 56, Grayson Bontrager, a freshman, who's going to send it backwards towards Hauke. Can he get a haul here? He passes instead to Johnson.
Brady Johnson also looking to get on that scoreboard because he was a prominent part of this team last season as a sophomore. He's yet to score this game, though, with his best friend, Gabe Blenman, putting up 2.
A shot attempt from Treon. No good. Johnson tries to pass to Hauke. Goes over his head. And a quick recovery. And it's saved, and we are right back in possession for Lakota East. Asher Squibb gets it taken away now. And Sycamore has possession. Watch the net. And it is right in between Calvin Woody's legs for a Sycamore goal. If I'm not mistaken, yes. That is Matthew Getty for his second of the game. And Sycamore quickly finds a response.
Woody's going to have to try to brush that one off a little bit and just find their footing again.
McCall wins another face-off, drawing ever closer to that all-time record, but Sycamore quickly steals it away. Matthew Getty Passes over to Ben Kaplan, and the ball sails out of bounds. It'll be Lakota East's.
We've seen repeating names up there on the Sycamore roster with them keeping their star players in the game, majority of it. But our Lakota East Thunderhawks like to switch it up with even putting in Grayson Bowtrager, a freshman, for a short amount of time.
So it appears that Sycamore was trying to run the play without the subs, but the referees did have to blow the whistle to allow those subs to come in. And yes, a foul against Corbin Ross as he completely bodied. It appears to, yes, that was Drew Zistler. And that will go against Sycamore, one of their first of the game. Now some referee discussion, maybe discussing exactly what the penalty was, but to be honest, that was pretty heavy hitting. I would argue unnecessary roughness. But of course, I'm not a lacrosse referee.
Barely even a lacrosse expert.
This is true. This sport is pretty new to me for this season. And it'll be called a 1-minute body check against Corbin Ross. Sycamore will not play down a man. And East does have possession. Gardner to Hauke, to Treon, to Johnson, back to Treon, and we're playing pass around yet again. So we tick on just about under 3.5 into the third.
As I mentioned earlier, this pass-around game does make it harder to defend as the ball is constantly moving, and these fast players are just switching it up.
And there it is! Hauke gets his fourth, a 4-goal haul. What a fantastic play. And can you believe it? East is running away with this one. It is 9-4 now with 3:22 in the fourth left. The third.
Hauke just found his footing, and he just showed that no matter the defense, he can always put it in.
As we mentioned earlier in this game, Alex Hauke was tied for first in the GMC against Brady Johnson, his fellow teammate. He is now up 4 over any other player in the GMC. McCall just getting thrown around after winning another one. The referees blow that dead. Let's see where that lands up. Mass subs for East and Sycamore. And another flag is thrown. East does have possession of the ball. I didn't exactly catch the penalty. We'll find out in just one moment. Now Treon just taking his time with it. In comes Drew Zistler. Treon trying to work his way around. He finds Blenman on a bit of a high pass. Now it's back to Hauke. Working his way up is Zistler now. He already has a goal in this one. Never mind, he does not. He has 1 goal in the season. Treon tries to pass it to Zistler. It gets thrown up in the air, and on the ground ball, Sycamore gets possession. And with the change of possession, about a minute after the flag was thrown, we can finally get a ruling on that. And it is against Sycamore on a slash, a 1-minute penalty, which now puts Lakota East up 10-9 on a player count.
Lakota East really has to use this as an opening. Maybe they can throw that score up into the double digits. And hopefully we can see a hat trick from Treon or Blenman.
Maybe even 5 from Hauke. That would be truly something incredible. Dylan Treon with possession. He'll pass to Gardner. to Blenman now in the back. Finds Halke. He's looking for 5. Can he get it? He does! Absolutely incredible game from Alex Halke as he grows his GMC leading 12th goal on the game on the season.
Halke putting up half of the Hawks' points. Just really juked out that defense and put it in the back of the net. Hawks just cannot put up a wall against Halke. He just hasn't been able to.
McCall for the face-off yet again. This time it goes to Sycamore, but McCall tries to get it. Whistle blown. It is East's possession. Sycamore's possession. And now Ben Kaplan, who will pass. And it is lost. A forced turnover against Bamerlin and a whistle blown. It is time for subs. And it is East ball 2, Carter Moore. He's just going to work his way up, juking out Bamerlin. Now he's going to take it back a little bit and pass over to Treon. Treon passes to Brady Johnson. And the beatdown continues. Johnson is on the board. And he pulls back, he pulls ahead of Dylan Treon to fall into second in the GMC with his 8th goal.
Johnson finally putting his name on the board after his impeccable performance against Marymount, putting up 4 goals at that game, giving them the win. Hopefully Johnson can also show that same performance in this last half of this wonderful game.
The call is back in again for the face-off. Heavy fight for it, and McCall ends up with it. No, it is on the ground, but he does pick it up. Tosses it to Gabe Blenman. Trying to find somebody open, but under great coverage from Joel Truder of Sycamore. He'll find Halke. Can Halke make it 6? That would be a sight to see. And he's just pushed around by 5, 6, and 7 of Sycamore, Truder, Schneider, and Fleck. And Fleck is now taking it back. Pretty much nobody near him. Finally meets some coverage from Grant Gardner. And would you believe it? Aiden Purdue just threw it right into one of the crossbars of the goal. Sycamore will maintain possession as we move closer and closer towards the end of this 3rd quarter. And the ball rolls into the corner. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter in what is looking like a Lakota East blowout, 11-4.
What's up, Hawks? Welcome back to Hawk Trials. I'm your host, Bella Sturgill.
And I'm your host, Ethan, and today we're going to be doing a cup stacking challenge.
So in this challenge, we'll have 2 teams of 3, and they'll be racing to stack 6 cups on top of each other.
Each person will be able to stack 1 cup or take 1 cup from the other person's stack.
First person to stack the 6 cups wins.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
right, we have our winners, Ryan, Carson, and David. And now we're going to hear a few words from our MVP, Ryan Smith.
I just want to thank Lakota East Broadcasting for bringing us out here. Thank my team. Everyone have a good 4-day weekend.
Thank you, man. And y'all won this Hawks Trial Trophy for this week.
Keep an eye out if you're interested in being in the next Hawk Trials.
And back to our host.
Just about ready to get underway from the fourth quarter. And Lakota East has been beating down Sycamore 11-4. They had a bit of a slow second quarter, but they're first in their third. Oh, boy.
Really, Lakota East is turning the tables on Sycamore, as last year they lost 15-4, but this year we might be looking to a 15-4 game in East's favor.
Whistle blown. They'll give the ball to Sycamore now. Quickly trying to make his way is Grady Schneider. He'll pass it away. And he passes it behind the net. For the life of me, I cannot read these numbers. And that ball is going to roll away out of bounds. Should be a Lakota East ball. It will be, and Carter Moore will take it.
Carter Moore being a prominent name in this game as a defensive man. And he's been playing his job really well, keeping those Sycamore players at bay.
Calvin Woody passes it back to Carter Moore, and he's just going to run his way up. He passes up towards number 26, Asher Squibb, another one of these varsity freshmen for Lakota East, who will pass to Johnson. And now he passes to Grant Gardner and Dylan Treon, and now Treon's going to try to work his way in. He wants a hat trick, and he's got it! Dylan Treon with a hat trick, and so many notable stats from this game.
Dylan Treon really showing us what so much practice and so much time in this program can do for you. Dylan Treon finally making an impact in this game with his hat trick.
And Aiden McCall has been on a bit of a roll, and they're going to keep using him out there for the face-off.
Well, when you got the best in the GMC at your disposal, you're going to use him, Liam.
He is first in the GMC in DC's at 40 at the beginning of this game. No doubt he is much higher now.
Woody easily taking care of that shot from Sycamore and getting rid of that ball fast.
And Sycamore with the ball again. Bringing the pressure around, and flag flies. Could have been slashing. And with the change of possession to Lakota East, we will see the official ruling. It is not slashing. It is instead. It appears cross-checking. It is a 30-second penalty. Does put Lakota East down a man, but Tilly, I'm going to be honest, I don't think they're all that worried about that.
No, not with this lead that they have, 12-4. I think they can risk a couple of goals.
At this point, it's really just finish up these last 10 minutes strong. Don't really let up, and walk away with a comfortable victory.
I think with the Sycamore team being so tired and just trying to catch up, this East team, all they got to do is cross their T's and dot their I's and just keep Sycamore running.
I mean, this really sends a message to the entire GMC. Obviously, Lakota East did come into this game 1-2, but they had not played a conference game yet, and this being their first conference game they play after being near the bottom of the GMC last year, they are really excelling as an entire unit, and it's going to be quite the spectacle this season to see how this men's lacrosse team performs.
Yeah, despite Sycamore wearing pants, Lakota East Thunderhawks are showing them who wears the pants in this relationship.
Brady Johnson with the ball now in the back of the end zone. looking for an open man under heavy coverage. He will find Alex Hauke, and Drew Zisler now.
You'll get Hauke's name eventually. Maybe he'll have to score one more just for you to get it correct.
Well, I mean, I think 6 goals always looks better than 5 on a potential future graphic.
Always thinking ahead, Liam. Always thinking ahead.
By the way, I know we mentioned it during BattleBots, but shout out to 2K subscribers. Only up from here.
Get everybody you know to subscribe so we can continue to stream these wonderful games and bring exhilarating clips to you.
Also, we would love for a 2K subscriber special. Who knows? Maybe Xavier will get dunked with ice cold water. You never know. Flag flies from one of the referees. Treon pushed over. Might have been Zistler. 8 and 9 look very similar on these jerseys.
Whoever it was, that was quite the dramatic flop. He just kind of fell over.
Well, you know, there's one thing that basketball, soccer, and lacrosse players all have in common, and it's the art of the flop, to try and draw any penalty they can.
I think soccer's got both of those sports beat, though, because during the soccer season, we saw some wonderful acting skills.
Maybe Mr. Johnson would like to have them in his theater next year. Treon tries to make a shot. It is a great save once again from Gavin Cox, who, despite the 12 goals he has allowed, he has had quite a couple fantastic stops. And could be an own goal. Gavin Cox saves it last second.
Gavin Cox with quick thinking, showing a little bit of redemption as he did let up 12 goals.
Almost an own goal there as the ball just slowly started rolling towards the goal, but Gavin Cox placed his stick on top of the ball last second, saving the goal, which would have just been, I feel, a cherry on top for Lakota East.
I feel like I can feel his heartbeat from here.
That was definitely a high adrenaline moment and a great save. Treon shoots and scores. He now has a 4-goal haul. And maybe we'll have to do a combined graphic for this one because, my goodness, what a run these Lakota East players are on.
This is a high-scoring game, and these two players, Hauke and Treon, are just showing how important it is to be fast and patient on this field.
13-4 now. Quickly moving. Just trying to end it already. And McCall wins again. Absolutely fantastic. And he's being beat up by multiple sticks. Passes to Shatsky, however. And he passes into Brady Johnson. Gets it over to Hauke. And can you believe it? 6 goals.
I think that Sycamore goalie is just a little bit tired and just kind of giving up a little bit here. He needs to maintain being a wall to give a challenge to these Lakota East Thunderhawks, as I feel like they're getting a little bit bored.
A 10-point lead. Lakota East has not even been at a 10-point deficit for this entire season, and now they have a 10-point lead. Just really bossing Sycamore around through everything but the second quarter.
It's very surprising, especially with Lakota East Thunderhawks graduating 18 seniors, 2 of which being on the leaderboard for most GMC goals last season, with Owen Edkins with 68 and Jackson Ewell with 49. And here we are seeing Alex Hauke and Dylan Treon filling in their shoes by scoring high amounts.
Great play there from Aiden Purdue, but he is now knocked over, and the ball is given over to Lakota East with ease. But a player is down. That is Purdue. He got hit pretty hard. He is able to get up, however, with a bit of a limp. He's going to walk off the field. And that's not something you ever like to see, even especially at this point when both teams are just trying to run the clock down and get this one in the back of their minds.
Purdue was also a very prominent member of the Sycamore squad here, and I would hate to see him injured or out.
I mean, he is walking off on a limp, of course, but on his own behalf. And Lakota East will, of course, take over. And Woody launches it towards the opposite end. There was just nobody there. And Gavin Cox will have it instead. And, a bit of a scrimmage there. Grady Gardner trying to pick it up. He'll get the ground ball. And he'll pass over to Brady Johnson. He's looking around now, and he'll have to run it for himself. He'll find Drew Zistler. And now a flag flies. And with the turnover to Sycamore, we can now check out what the penalty is. Spring allergies starting to come back, huh, Tilly?
It's tragic, isn't it?
Oh, I'm not ready. I am not ready. It hasn't really hit me yet, but it will.
With spring starting to bloom, we also have other spring sports, with softball winning against Little Miami tonight 7-4, and men's volleyball winning against rivals Lakota West in a 3-set sweep, with the final score being 25-7. We are still waiting on that score for the women's lacrosse game, as they are at Sycamore tonight.
If you want to go check out that men's volleyball game, it is completely posted in its entirety over at Lakota West Broadcasting. They took over that game. So you can go see Lakota East dominate Lakota West once again this season. Never forget that football game.
Yes, that football season was very prominent, with a bunch of our football players here on the lacrosse field. With Calvin Woody being his rookie season playing lacrosse as his secondary sport next to football.
They launch from Gavin Cox of Sycamore. Flag flies. Referee wasn't even looking in the direction of anything that could have been a penalty, but I guess we'll see what happened. But Sycamore is with possession, and Griffin Bamerlin has the ball. He's just going to take it nice and steady now. For pushing up, he'll work his way past Nick Goulet. And Sycamore playing pass around now, taking a page out of what made East successful. That flag is still sitting down on the field, but Sycamore is making this a long possession. Now working his way up, Corbin Ross, who will shoot for a goal.
Now, despite this Lakota East team switching it up a little bit, they still keep some of their starters in and their prominent players in, even with such a lead.
Could definitely be just a way of getting them some experience on the field. Who knows, maybe try to get Gabe Blenman his hat trick. And the penalty that flew about 90 seconds before that goal was for slashing. It'll be a minute against Dylan Treon. So East will be a man down. But as we mentioned before, will probably not be a big deal here. Sycamore wins the face-off, and whistle flies. Timeout called by Sycamore. We will step away for just a moment.
Unity, leadership, and culture. Let's take a look. SALT brings together 2 leaders from each sports team to work on improving leadership, increasing game attendance, and creating a more supportive athletic environment. Now let's talk to some people from SALT. Bailey, why do you like being a part of SALT?
I like being part of SALT because I feel like as a student athlete, you really get to be with everyone else and you get to learn about their sports. I feel like some sports are definitely overlooked, and the more that we bring people into SALT, the more that we learn, and we get to learn about sports we don't even know about. And then I think also like it's definitely good to like have the leaders of the team that can really go back and like teach other kids how to be leaders. I think it's really important because leadership on and off the court field, wherever you are, is a big deal, and it really gets the team connected. So I think SALT is just a great thing overall, and I think it can really help get even non-student athletes involved in sports.
Timeout over. Sycamore is out. Lakota East does still have 1 remaining, but it will be Sycamore's ball to start us off here with 3:31 left in the 4th quarter. Gonna move nice and steady. Passing around. That is Corbin Ross with the ball. He will maintain possession, and it sails over the head of Bamerlin, but it is all for naught as number 17, Will Grousey, is able to recover it, and Bamerlin is back in possession. He'll pass over to Joel Truder. And now there is Aiden Purdue. Good to see him back on the field. He had possession there before passing back to Truder. And now ball getting real close to the goal. It appears that Calvin Woody will come up with it. Another fantastic save with so many bodies around the net. Quick run and save from Weedle to Shatsky. And now Asher Squibb, the freshman, taking off with the ball. Now behind the net. He'll pass it over to Brady Johnson. Johnson looking for a lane. He will try to work his way up. Thought about cutting to the left. Instead, he'll just keep running. He will pass out to, I believe that is Alex Hauke. Made an attempt at a shot just a little to the left.
I think I manifested it, Liam, when I said that they were not going to switch it up anymore and put any bench warmers in there, but you saw Squibb out there outrunning the Sycamore team.
Dylan Treon back from his penalty. He is out there. Now Asher Squibb, and Treon finds a lane, but he'll pass back towards Gardner. And it goes past the net of Luke Shatsky, and Sycamore is able to recover, moving their way back down the field. And the ball is on the ground. Carter Moore tries to pick it up. It is picked up by number 21, Jack Underwood, and it is in for a Sycamore goal. Underwood gets his first of the season, and at this point, I think they should be allowed to have some fun and get some stat padding, because, I mean, even with all the goals it's not like they're going to be riding on the bus home with their heads held high.
Yeah, that locker room is going to be intense tonight for the Sycamore Aves. Despite the fact that they are playing well, they're not playing good enough. These Lakota East Thunderhawks are just running circles around them and keeping possession and staying aggressive.
Whistle blown. Lakota East will burn their final timeout. We will step away one final time.
And Lindsay, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
The Seahawks.
I got Seahawks covering the spread.
I'm gonna say the Patriots.
I got Seahawks off the back that they should have won when Marshawn Lynch was there.
Seahawks.
Seahawks, 100%.
Yeah.
I got the Seahawks.
I think the Seahawks are gonna win.
I think the Seahawks.
I think the Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, the Patriots.
I think I got the Seahawks.
Not gonna lie, I do too. And Lindsay, what's your favorite Super Bowl snack?
Whoever's to my left.
Not just in guac, man. Like, I always love me some good guac, you know?
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat?
Yeah, Kit Kat's tough.
I was gonna say like some wings or something. So
Wings,
like
Okay. Wings, yeah, wings.
Probably like popcorn or something.
Popcorn? And popcorn?
1 minute and 2 seconds, all that separates Lakota East from this surefire, dominant victory.
Well, I wouldn't say dominant or surefire yet, as the Sycamore Aves have been showing some promising offensive moves, and we all know that 1 minute can change the trajectory of a game.
You never know, 8 goals in 1 minute. It would be nothing short of a miracle, but as the great Yogi Berra once said, it ain't over till it's over. And that quote, you know, Tilly, it reminds me of this one quote that Nick Carraway said to Jay Gatsby one time, which was, "The past is past." Or something along those lines.
But if I remember correctly, Gatsby said that you can always relive the past, and you can always try to recreate it.
Brady Johnson recreates the past a little bit right there for his second, as he pulls into second, as he built his lead in second place of the GMC.
Brady Johnson out here trying to relive his days from Marymount. He's trying to get up those 2 goals, and can he do it in 30 seconds left?
You never know. I mean, that was fantastic. The goalie was just not in the net, and in fact, Brady Johnson stole it from the goalie and was able to shoot on an empty net.
Sycamore goalie looking a little bit shaken after that goal, and I would be too if I let in 15.
And they are going to call unsportsmanlike conduct for celebration. Once again, the OHSAA is not okay with too much celebration outside of high fives. Really, you can't do too much more than that.
Lakota East is known for their sportsmanship, so that was a surprising call on behalf of Lakota East Thunderhawks.
Maybe they were a little excited. I've always been under the opinion of let the kids have fun, but at the end of the day, I am not on the board of the OHSAA. I do not get any say. That ball shot by Corbin Ross launches way past. 10 seconds remain. Sycamore still with possession. Ross going to attempt a shot. It is blocked by Carter Moore. It's on the ground. And the ball still on the ground. It'll roll away. Carter Moore will take it as time expires. And Lakota East absolutely romps the Sycamore Aviators 15-6. The final.
What a phenomenal performance from these Lakota East Thunderhawks. 15-6 beats last year's score of 15-4. These Lakota East Thunderhawks have shown that they have dominance in the GMC, especially against the Sycamore Aviators. They show that they can bounce back even after graduating half of their team, and that practice makes perfect.
Our cameramen have turned off their cameras for the night, so we will be wrapping it up. We would like to thank Butler Tech for providing all the equipment, the athletic sponsors and boosters for all they do for our athletic programs and giving us games to cover. Our entire fan base and people that tune in to watch these games, you keep us going every game. Even if it's just one person, we're still excited to bring you this presentation from the Hawks Nest at Lakota East High School. I'd like to thank my crew, Caden Subkowiak, Trey Dyer, Caleb Holt. I've been Liam Martin with Tilly Vernon. Have a great night.
Bye, guys.